Welcome to Unity of New York.
Ain't a person here who is anything short of a superstar. God is in us all, we got the power to accomplish anything. So keep on keeping on, never give up reaching for all of your dreams. I'ma make it by any means, I got a pocket full of dreams, baby, I'm from New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can't do. Unity, New York. These people make you feel brand new, the speakers inspire you. Unity, New York, New York, New York. One hand in the air for the big city, streetlights, big dreams, all looking pretty. No place in the world that can compare. Put your hands up in the air, everybody say yeah, 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 yeah. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, there's nothing you can't do. Unity, New York. These people make you feel brand new, the music inspires you. Unity, New York.
Good morning, everyone and one and all. Welcome to Unity of New York and happy Sunday. My name is Sarah Daisy Charles. I'm the co-director here of the Prayer Chaplain Program. I'm going to read you today's daily word and talk to you about this thing. What is it? Prayer. Do we like it? I think so. All right, today's daily word is pray for others. The affirmation is, I am praying for you. Just hearing the words, I'm praying for you, helps me relax into the calm strength of a trusted friend's faith. Reassured, I feel my own faith growing stronger. My friend may be next to me or calling from far away. The power of prayer is undiminished by distance. Grateful for the gift of others' prayers for me, I welcome every opportunity to pray for anyone who asks. Having heard the prayer need, I let go of concern. In faith, I behold the Christ presence within the one for whom I pray. Knowing the truth of another's wholeness, I release any thought of illness. I affirm divine wisdom, guiding important decisions, and divine strength, relieving any weakness. I feel the warmth of God's love, bringing peace and restoring hope to those I hold in prayer. Today's Bible quote is from 1 Thessalonians 1:2. We always give thanks to God for all of you and mention you in our prayers. So what is prayer? What is this thing? It's not, as we know in Unity, it's not like calling to a Santa Claus for, oh, please, help me pay this bill. It's about our own consciousness, and it's about attending to our own connection to ourselves and to this thing that we call God. And sometimes it's really helpful to call Silent Unity. They always open with, how may I pray with you? And the way to access these wonderful people who've been trained so highly, such skilled prayers, you just call 1-800-NOW-PRAY, 1-800-669-7729. What a resource that is. They've been praying for over 100 years, 24/7. Isn't that incredible? And now in this digital age, you can access prayer and prayer response through your YouPray app. On any smartphone, and you can type in prayer requests and listen to guided meditations on that app. It's really wonderful. I recommend it. And if you prefer to connect with people at Unity of New York and community as we pray together, I invite every single one of you to come join us anytime every Tuesday and Thursday at 9, as long as it's at the specific time, at 9:45 a.m. sharp every Tuesday, Thursday morning. And all you have to do is call 1-267-807-9605. The access code is 798-460 # and come join us for this wonderful guided global healing prayer call. So with that, we have a great, wonderful service with Temple and Kenneth and Britt. So enjoy, everyone. Happy Sunday. Bye now.
There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
I am only here for God. Thank you, Kenneth Gartman. Looking fabulous and channeling your inner sass today. Yeah, I'm actually, one of the things that I carry close at hand is one of my favorite daily words that says, let go and let God. I do what is mine to do, and then I let go. I release and I let go. And Sarah, thank you always. You look absolutely beautiful. You are glowing. Thank you for bringing that glow and that light to us. My morning is already better. I was having a good morning. It's already better after having a few minutes with Sarah and Kenneth. And now we get to be together. I am blessed. I am so grateful. I hope that you are too. We have manifested this moment in time together. And I hope that you are warm and cozy wherever you are. We are having a heat wave in New York City right now. It is up to 30 degrees this morning. Temple, don't be jealous. Down there in Florida, you might be overheated right now. I don't know. But I'm so excited that you are with us. Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes is in the house with us today. And Kenneth, we're going to hear more from Kenneth. And oh, good morning. By the way, I'm Britt Hall. I'm Reverend Britt Hall, in case I don't know you. And I am so grateful again, as I continue to say, that we are all together this morning. And another wonderful daily word that you shared today, Sarah, pray for others. Pray for others. We are so blessed when we have the opportunity to pray for others. So let's do that right now. Let's take the words of within today's daily word message and think of anybody that is on your heart. Either say their name out loud wherever you are, or put their name. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're joining on Facebook this morning, you can put their names in the comments section. I'm going to say aloud right now from my heart, Karen Benedetto, Johanna Tresher, and Elijah Godwin. And I want to look again for a quick minute at those words as we hold these in prayer. The power of prayer is undiminished by distance. I welcome every opportunity to pray for anyone who asks. Having heard the prayer need, I let go of concern. In faith, I behold the Christ presence within the one for whom I pray. Knowing the truth of another's wholeness, I release any thoughts of illness. I affirm divine wisdom, guiding important decisions, and divine strength, relieving any weakness. I feel the warmth of God's love, bringing peace and restoring hope to those I hold in prayer. And so it is. I love to reread the daily word. It takes on new meaning every moment. And since we are all together today, I say to each and every one of you, welcome home. Welcome home to Unity of New York, even if it's your first time. And if you feel like letting us know where you're watching from this morning, if you are on Facebook, you can do that in the comments section. And to all of you joining us on the website, unityofnewyork.org, you are included in our hearts. We are all one. We are together. And we continue to know our mission at Unity of New York. We are here to provide a spiritual home where community may gather and know that all good comes from God within. And we continue to hold the vision of a world consciously unified in love that leaves no one out and invites everyone in. And we continue to create opportunities every week to invite everyone in for all of the classes and groups and events that we offer. And here is a reminder of what we have going on right now at Unity of New York.
Unity of New York continues to offer classes, groups, and workshops virtually on Zoom. For Zoom links, email info@unityofnewyork.org. Sunday mornings, join Unity of New York teachers for The Quest, a pre-service spiritual discussion group at 9:30 a.m. The weekly discussions are based on a chosen topic or book. Everyone is welcome to join at any time. Tuesday mornings at 11 a.m., join Unity of New York Staff Minister Reverend Sean Moninger for his weekly spiritual discussion of Unity Classics. All are welcome and encouraged to join. Wednesdays at 10 a.m., Senior Minister Reverend Britt Hall leads our weekly dose of fellowship at the Community Connections Hour with co-host John Canary. Pop in to see some friendly Unity of New York faces and share what's going on in your world, or just listen. Everyone is welcome to join. Wednesday evenings at 6:30 p.m., January 12th through February 23rd, Reverend Becca Bean will lead a class series based on the book by Emmett Fox, The Sermon on the Mount, The Key to Success in Life. The book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Kindle. You must have the book to participate in the class. Twice a month on Wednesday evenings, Reverend Chris DiGiorgio leads Unity Pride, a gay men's spirituality group. For specific dates, check the events calendar on our website. For more details on all of Unity of New York activities, please visit our website at unityofnewyork.org. And as you continue to navigate through your lives, please remember that Unity of New York is always here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us at info@unityofnewyork.org and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. Happy New Year!
Zoe, happy continued New Year to you. How crazy is it that we are already nearing the end of January? It is January 23rd. And just as a side note on those announcements, Sean will be back in class on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. He's been on a January break, but he'll be back Tuesday. It's wonderful, wonderful class at 11 a.m. on Tuesdays. And we are having a really, really great, deep, rich time together in Becca's new Sermon on the Mount class Wednesday evenings. And it is January 23rd. And we have not yet said happy birthday to all of you January babies. So if it is your January birthday, we say
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
cha-cha-cha, happy birthday. I hope that you are celebrating you and being here on planet Earth to bless all the rest of us. Happy birthday. And our speaker today has been with us a number of times at her New York Unity home. And gosh, it's the first time that she's been with us during our virtual pandemic time together. And I'm so excited that she's here. There's so much I could say about this amazing individual, this woman of power. You can certainly read more about her in Friday's newsletter. And one of the books I keep close by in my stack of sacred books on the shelf is When Did You Die? When Did You Die? I talked about it in Friday's newsletter. And on the back of this, I'm looking at one quote by Janet Bray Atwood, New York Times bestselling author, who says, Temple Hayes is a catalyst for total transformation. Enough said. There you have it. Here she is, Reverend Dr. Temple Hayes. Is she in the house? Nah.
Hello
Hey,
there.
sister.
Oh,
Hey,
my.
sister. Wow.
I'm beaming because I'm with you. I'm
You
with my
are
people
beaming.
in New York.
Honey, we are beaming together. And look at
Yeah.
us. You would have think, because we are so in sync, you would have think that we called each other and said, what are you going to wear today, girl? We got the memo. Let's do
It's
some
beautiful.
black and pink.
Yes.
How are you, my love? How are you?
You know, I'm blessed. I am absolutely blessed. And
No doubt.
I'm so grateful that as Unity leaders, we have an opportunity to really show what we teach. We've had that opportunity since February of 2020, and we continue to be called, don't we? I mean, this
We
is the
do.
time when we step up and we step out. And so, thank you. I'm doing well. My wife and I are, as you know, you're one of my prayer partners. We are making big plans to move in the next couple of months to Santa Barbara,
Mhm.
California. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Yes, ma'am. When we listen, we might as well heed the call, or
that's
we will
right.
get opportunity after opportunity. And I'm thrilled for you. I know that it is a huge move to an enormously large new chapter for whatever is next in the blank pages of your powerful life. And you know that I am supporting you 1000% and excited for you and Barbara, and can't wait to come visit.
And you know you are.
I know I am.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that you're with us today. I'm so glad that we have the connection that we have, because where two or more are gathered, well, it's all multiplied and we get to share it with others. As you just said, we have been called to a higher place by our calling. And honey, I won't speak for you, but there are times during this pandemic, I have felt called so high that I thought nosebleeds were going to come on, and then it's all okay. It's all okay. Then we go higher.
Yeah.
Then we go higher.
There's a great responsibility with what we've chosen to do, you know, and
There is indeed.
we're ready for the call. We're ready for the
Yeah.
call. Yes.
Yeah, baby.
I love what you're doing here. This is exceptional.
Thank
You know,
you.
as I view in with other communities across the country and the world, yeah, I just want to say, shout out. Excellent. It's, the level, and thank you, Leo,
Yes.
for
We're
everything.
very grateful for Leo. We're very grateful for Leo and for Sarah. And March of 2020, it was like being thrown on a fast moving train, and it's like, okay, figure
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
And that's what we have been doing. It is, it's never a learning curve. It's a learning circle that never ends. But we do it live on Sundays, and it's thrilling, it's rewarding, and even though I'm not seeing everyone live and in person, I am so feeling everyone every Sunday. I dive into this camera lens and feel like we are all right there together.
Mhm.
So
If
so
I if
glad.
I if I may, Brett, I just wanted to take a moment too, because I can, and nobody's going to drive or fly to St. Petersburg today to get me. But I would just like to say to all of you listening, either now or later, from all over the world, I would like to invite you to consider a different paradigm. When is the last time you've emailed Reverend Brett and said, "What can I do?" Or Reverend Sean, or Sarah, or Leo, or all your leaders that are in your community, your chaplains? When is the last time you've called and said, "I'm here, I'm holding the high watch"? When is the last time you've reached out? I want you to know from my heart, as you're putting your hand on yours, this is an interesting time for all your leaders. And they have been showing up week after week after week, making sure that you are served. They've had to learn skills they never knew how to do. They've had to figure things out in a way. And I think that's just important, I'm not implying that you haven't, but it's important because I'm part of spiritual community and I know what that looks like. And sometimes you go to call and then you go, "Oh, well, he hears that from everybody." No, he doesn't. Pick up the phone, talk to your team, and thank them. For me, I love Unity of New York. I know what I want to do today. I would like to tithe my speaking fee to you as a community. It's my honor to serve you.
Wow.
And that's what I can do to say thank you for New York. Needs you. New York needs your vibration. Well, all over the nation, all over the world. You're not limited to one city. But I would like to honor you and say thank you. It's my privilege to be here with you today. And I want to invite everybody today around your offering time. What are you saying? What are you voting on? What are you giving funds to? Notifications on a phone that tell you what to be afraid of? Or notifications by New York that says, when the praises go up, the blessings come down. Thank you for
Cool. I
letting me.
like that.
And this
I
is
like
all,
that.
this is unplugged. Britt didn't know I was doing this. So
Britt did not know you were doing this.
I just
And
wanted to
Britt,
thank you for that.
thank
Yeah.
you, my dear. You are generous beyond words, and you are an immeasurable blessing. And for this very powerful sacred community, I thank you and accept the blessing that you have just declared and bestowed upon us. Wow, you rock. I adore you. And I want to hear what else you have to say. But first, I'm going to let Kenneth take us through a little music by our mutual friend Ricky Byers. We're going to take
Yeah.
a walk with God so that then we can hear what you have to share with us this morning. I adore you, and I'll see you on the other side in just a little bit. And here's Kenneth.
There is a power, a presence, unlifeable, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite one love. There can only be God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. Oh yes, I Whatever you need to know will come in God's way for you. Just say until it shows. I'll pray. I won't move until I know, oh, that I walk in the love of God. For the power and the glory and the love of God is everywhere. I can feel it, it's everywhere. I can see it, it's everywhere. And I know in my heart, yes, the power and the glory and the love of God is everywhere. Can't you see it? It's everywhere. Can't you feel it? It's everywhere. Won't you sing in your heart? Yes, I walk in the love of God. There is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite one love. There can only be God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. Oh yes, I walk in the love of God. For the power and the glory and the love of God is everywhere. I can feel it, it's everywhere. I can see it, it's everywhere. And I know in my heart, yes, the power and the glory and the love of God is everywhere. Don't move everywhere till you see it, it's everywhere. Be still everywhere till you see it, it's everywhere. Praise God everywhere till you see it, it's everywhere. Till you know in your heart, yes, I walk in the love of God. There is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite one love. There can only be God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. Oh yes, I walk in the love of God. Yes, I walk in the love of God.
Thank you, Kenneth. That was absolutely incredible. You are so, so gifted. I feel that in my heart, as I know others do is the same. Namaste, everyone. In this moment and in this time, let's come together being totally present in our hearts. I love the story of a couple that have two mischievous little boys, and they're always causing trouble, and the parents were at wit's end. They just didn't know what to do. So they heard about a local minister and a counselor, and they said, well, let's call him over to the house and see what we can have happen. So the minister comes, and they ask one little boy to just stay in his room, and the minister's talking to another one in front of his parents, and they say to him, the minister looks right and leans into the little boy and said, son, where is God? And the little boy goes, what? he goes, son, where is God? He goes, I don't know. I ask you, son, where is God? And by this time, the little boy, he runs back to the bedroom and he jumps in the closet. And his other little brother is saying, what is happening? What is happening? What's going on? He said, I don't really know, but I know that God's missing and they think we took him. I love that story. It's one that I pull out and I dust off every now and then because I look at who we are. I look at who we are as students of unity. I look at what, as I said earlier, what we're called to do in this incarnation. Maybe sometimes, like me and others, you forget that you chose to be born here during this time for this particular incarnation to show people how to live in courageous conversations, to show people how to love regardless of your sexual preference or the color of your skin. We are here in a mighty force to show that we exceed beyond any isms. And I ask you to consider, does it appear that God is missing in your life right now? Do other people know when they see you and they see the way you're just moving with the flow of this pandemic or plandemic or whatever you call it to yourself? Isn't it wonderful that they can look at you and go, wow, I'm going to call that person. I've been kind of down lately with all this news and all this stuff, and breaking news is breaking me. I'm going to call that friend because I know I can count on them. They're a real unity student. As I say to myself often in the closet of my own awareness, is that I don't get to have it both ways. I can stand up and go, I'm co-creating with God, I'm co-creating with God. But when something occurs in my life, no, I don't get to bail out. And I don't get to blame God like some type of religiosity. If you relate, just raise your hand. I don't see your hand, but just raise it with me. No, we are here to realize that what goes up must come down. We pray from a higher vibration. When things get tough, that's when we stand higher. That's when we express greater. That's when we pray out loud. We've been in a process here in St. Petersburg because I've invited and invoked other people to pray out loud. You can be in the car, you can be on the taxi cab driver, pray out loud in front of him or her because they can benefit. But pray out loud. It has a different vibratory field with your throat chakra. And it aligns with your vibration because what you're calling in is looking for you simultaneously. And you are not on this journey by yourself. Emmett Fox, that I know many of you knew, had the opportunity to hear in New York on many occasions. Amazing, amazing leader and teacher. And he tells a story about a prisoner that was locked like in like a cave, and he had been locked in this cell for year after year after year. And one day he just decided that he had had enough already. I can't do this anymore. And I don't care if they get mad at me. I don't care if the guard gets upset. I hope you'll kill me. I don't even care. And he kept kind of calling in something different in his life. And the more he got wound up, he just said, I'm just had it. I'm just tired of it. And he goes over to start shaking on the cell door. And the door opens. It wasn't locked. The whole time it was open, right there. And that's the truth for you. Your cell, your idea, your box, your whatever you have allowed yourself currently to mentalize in your mind. There's an opening, and it's been there all along. Like I said earlier, are we co-creating or are we just responding to the circumstances? Absolutely not as unity. We are paving the path. We are walking the road. It likens to my backdrop, all done on purpose. So you can see that there is this Vietnam bridge, this bridge that is surrounded by fog, and yet leading over to it is this vibrant and amazing tree of my life and of your life. And to me, that's what our teaching does. We start out somewhat foggy and not being clear, and maybe some level of confusion. And we wobble a little bit, and we go through that different phases of our lives, or as a nation, or as a world, depending on what is going on. But as we hang on, and as we pray up, and as we call in this consciousness, we arrive at this vibrant life, never settling, never just joining the group that gives up, but always says, how can I shine my light brighter? A number of years ago, I joined a group of people going to Brazil. We were going to see some faith healers. And in that connection with going, I didn't really have an attachment. I wasn't really looking for anything specific, but yet just knowing that, like you, I'm always open, and I'm always knowing that something new is wanting to emerge in my soul and in my life. And so I go, and I had prayed up every day of what would be possible there. And before I left to go, I don't know about you, I'm not a person, I don't go to a doctor every year and say, do you see something? I love doctors, I appreciate them, I value them. And yet they're usually my last call about something, because I have never felt that was the consciousness for me, is to go and look for something. A very highly sensitive person, and knowing me, I would create something for them to find. But that being said, I had just for the first time in, I don't know, 25 years gone in for a physical, and I felt like I was doing it as a gift to my mom, because she said, please just go get a physical. So anyway, the doctor saw me and said, hey, you know what? At 50 years old, I got to say, you're the healthiest patient that I've seen. And I went, yes, yes, yes. So short of the story, I go to Brazil, and I'm standing there in front of one of these guru healers, and he was speaking Portuguese. I'm bilingual. I speak English. I speak Southern. I didn't understand what he was saying, okay? But I understood the word operation. And I go out of the line, and I tell Reverend Diane Scribner, you know her because she's one of your regulars there. And I turned around, and she said, so what happened? So what happened? I said, well, they said I have something wrong with me, and I need this surgery. And I just got checked out, and I was fine. And she said, no, Temple, let's see it this way. It's for what is right with you. For what is right with you. And in that moment of my life, in praising up a higher vibration and a higher consciousness, what I realized, it was time to graduate from any kind of reality that something is wrong with me, that something's wrong with me, that there's something that's missing. I didn't pray right, or I didn't do something right, or whatever. And you know what I'm talking about. We've all had those. And so that whole evolution for me was to truly download inside my being. And as a soul, I am whole, and I am holy, and I am not a broken person. And I've never been broken in my life. And society, I have allowed them to program me. I've allowed 24-hour news to program me through the years of my life to say, you can only be this, and you can only do that. And I exceeded that awareness and stepped into a new reality that says, I am whole, and I am holy. Say that with me. I am whole, and I am holy. And I'm not talking a platitude or a cliche, but a true belief, a belief of knowing that every day of your life, you wake up, you are aware that you are a full cup. You have nothing missing in your life. God is not missing, because you are all of God, and God is all of you. There's nothing missing. So you're starting from this consciousness that everything is already there for you. And as you step into that and you see that you are awakened, your soul is activated to accept all the things that you came here for. But as long as we're in the energy of, I gotta do this, it's like that is not unraveling before us. So let me tell you where I came from, that in a family that didn't accept my being gay. We didn't call it being gay then. We called it being a homosexual. Long, large word that very few people understood. But growing up as a Southern Baptist, it was not pretty. And I've been there with you before, and I don't need to get into that. That's a old story that is nobody's fault, and we let that go. But that being said, in order not to hurt, in order not to feel, well, I went to wine and cigarettes. I know, hard to believe. But that being said, I drank, and I did it very, very well. I mean, I was a very popular alcoholic. Like, all the troopers knew me in the town, and they knew the car I was driving or not driving because I had just wrecked it. And so anyway, I just gave it all I had. Well, one of those last accidents that I had, I literally drove off a frontage road. The officer, the highway patrol is what they call him in the Carolinas, he was following me as fast and hard as he could. I was almost unconscious, and I kept going, and I ran into a tree. And so we go to court, and my parents are there, and the judge is saying, what is going on, and tell me a little bit about the experience. He said, well, what I know for sure is that when I came upon the woman and I asked her her name or what she was doing, she said, I have no idea, and I don't know who I am. I have no idea, and I don't know who I am. Now, I guarantee you that was the last time on my journey. That was the last time in my moment of being half asleep and dying a little every day that I would say out loud, I have no idea, and I don't know who I am. For we are part of the great I am of awakening. We are part of the I am consciousness. And what goes up must come down. And so when we align with that power, that I am holy and I am whole, and I have ideas that are quickening within my spirit right now and activating as we speak, that creative presence that is within me. For there is that power wanting to express itself. And that is incredible and amazing. I had the good pleasure, I don't believe I told you this before, but if I did, well, at least I questioned it. But I was there at Unity of New York years ago. And there was a guest speaker. It's when Paul Tenaglia was there. I had heard a lot about him, and I came over to Symphony Space to hear him speak. So we're going back a while. And you had Reverend Carlos Anderson there. And that's why I love to tell students of Unity, always love and experience the person that's been chosen to be the teacher for the day, because that's the very person in the consciousness that's there for you, And so Carlos Anderson told a true story in his life about his roommate. And he said that his roommate was a multi-personality. And he said that when he was around her, that her hands were twisted and her legs were twisted, and she had difficulty with so many things. And one day he was over with her at the doctor's office, and she went into a new personality, a different personality. And all of a sudden she spread out and she stretched out and she said, I am a dancer. I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer. Feel the spirit. And everything about her was absolutely free. Everything, her movement, her hands, her feet, the freedom of flexibility was all there. And that story, it really catapulted me. It changed my awareness of how we allow certain things to be our host. We allow ourselves to host things that don't belong to us. That's where our suffering comes from. When we're still, after all these years of unity, we want to fit in. We want to, be part of the frantic of where other people are coming from. We want to be relating to. And we're hosting that. And so my call to you today is to host this great energetic presence of what is possible in your soul, is to be a host of not getting into those limitations or tattooing yourself. And my life wasn't about, oh, I just need to be okay not drinking. My life was to exceed that. I've done that already. Now what can I be? Now where can I go? You see, we host a greater idea of ourselves. And the universe is rushing to meet us. It's rushing to meet us all the time. It's just been waiting on us to realize that there's an opening and we want to take it. So the energy of that, because every one of us have a soul code likened to that as a zip code. I'm going through a thing right now that I was telling Britt about this, and Reverend Britt, in one of our prayer calls, that we bought my mom a home here in St. Petersburg. She wants to stay here. And so we're waiting on paperwork to come from Quebec, and it's lost somewhere in transit. And that's what happens when the wrong zip code is put on that envelope, is that it can just go around and around and around and around, and it takes weeks and months to ever arrive, if then. And that's the way our soul code is. You and I have this precious code. We are coded. We are aligned with the greater truth of who we are. And we are already coded to be that expression of who we are, this unique idea to know who we are. And I invite you to align with that awareness and that connection, the code of who you are, and be willing to step in. Emma Curtis Hopkins would say, there's 3 reasons that we hold ourselves back. One is that we have a strong will and unwilling to be open to something different or to stop trying to be right. She would also say that we think that change is supposed to be hard, when what's hard is continuing to repeat the same day every day, to repeat what has already happened, to have still praying for something a year later about the same thing. That's hard, because then it starts working with your psyche. And then she would say the need to be recognized. It's about serving and giving and living your best self. It's about that energetic presence. So I'll close with a story of a man who's visiting in a kind of a country town. He's driving along, and the roads are icy, and so he goes into the ditch. And as he's sitting there, here comes a farmer, and he's on a cart, and he has a horse with him, and he pulls up and to the driver, and he says, "Sir, you need some help, don't you?" And he said, I sure do. And he said, "Well, don't worry." He said, "I can hitch you up to my wagon." And he said, "Buddy, I'll get you out. This is my horse, Buddy, and we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it." And the guy says, "Oh, thank you so much. I need to get back on the road." And so Buddy comes up, and they hitch the car to the wagon, and the farmer says, "Come on, Nellie, pull. Come on, Nellie, pull. Come on, Coco, pull. Coco, pull. Nellie, pull. Come on, Nellie, pull." And then he says, "Okay, Buddy, pull." And Buddy pulls the car right out of the ditch. And the guy, of course, is thrilled, but he's like, "Well, what has happened here? What has happened here?" And the farmer says, "Well, Buddy's blind. And if he thinks he's doing this all by himself, I can't motivate him. We wouldn't be able to get him to do what we need to have done." So I want you to think about that in your prayer work and in your life, and as a soul. Don't be blinded by conditions and limitations. Realize you're not alone. God isn't missing. God's anxious. This universal presence and power is anxious to show out by means of your life. Give people something to talk about. Come out of the closet. Stand tall. Do those courageous conversations. Stand for what you believe and allow that awareness to shine brightly for all who know you. And so it is. And now, as we prepare for meditation, I invite you, if you haven't already, to close your eyes, close your outer eyes, so your inner eye, your third eye, may be revealed. And I call forth the words of Charles Fillmore. We are now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. We acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. And know that with me. Call forth a higher vibration of yourself. It's been calling you. It has your name on it. It's been nudging you, inviting, invoking, urging you softly and sometimes with loud noises to say, you are in the presence of pure being. In pure being, you are the power of I am. You are the power of what you don't know yet. You're immersed with an excitement of what you are becoming. Maybe you have been feeling like you are a cocoon in this time we're living in. Maybe you are feeling like you're somewhere between the no longer or the not yet. Maybe you are in the painful phase of an almost butterfly. Surrender. Surrender to the process, for the struggle is in the pushing. Surrender to the process to let go, to release. Knowing nothing is missing in your life. Knowing God is anxiously awaiting the creative force, the archetypes, the avatars, the Yahweh, the Buddha, however you claim a greater essence of divine mind and heart, anxiously awaiting to reveal itself within you. In this time when we meditate, we're truly into a constant resurrection. We are resurrecting ourselves from a lower way of thinking to an expanding way of receiving. Moving forward, settling our personality that wants to trick us or comfort us and always in old ideas. We're settling our personality and bringing forth the soul that is infinite, that has been around time and many, many lifetimes. We're downloading that energy of who we are, an old soul consciousness. It says, here I am, Lord, here I am, law. Here I am, Lord, here I am, law. And as we speak this word, every cell and fiber of your being is resurrected. Every condition is resurrected. Every limited belief is resurrected. every conversation that isn't serving you by claiming you are who you are as an amazing expression of the divine. We release and resurrect beyond that, here and now. Stepping into the awareness of that precious spirit that is here for us for the awakening. And now we have a time of silence.
What do I do if I'm not chasing anything? What do I do if I've got everything that I need? It's a question that no one's prepared me to answer. Where do I go if I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Where do I go if wherever I am home? It's a question I'm presently wanting to answer. If the usual way doesn't work for me now, that's a void I know nothing about. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What do I say if it's all perfect anyway? What do I say if I'm not here to change anyone? It's a question I truly don't know how to answer. How do I live if my life is eternity? How do I live if I'm no longer afraid to die? It's a mystery, no one can give me an answer. If the usual way doesn't work anymore, there's no map for what life has in store. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over, what then? What is the purpose of time here on earth? How do I now define my death and birth? For that matter, what is my life really worth in the end? What's mine to give and what's mine to receive? Whom do I worship? What do I believe? Seems every answer comes right back to me in the end. What if the race is over and we all automatically win? What if the game is ended long before it even begins? What What if the test has been taken and we're all passing again and again? If the race is over and we're all born victorious, if the race is over, what
And so it is. Kenneth, thank you for saying yes to sharing that today. I needed that, and I got to say, will you do this one? Daniel Namod channeled a good song there. That is one of my favorites. If the race is over, what then? And my dear friend, wow, you are whole and you are holy. And girl, that was a rich bounty of good stuff. I thank you so much. One of the blessings I was thinking as you were sharing nugget after nugget, one of the blessings of being in this current reality is anyone can go back at any time and listen again, whether right on Facebook, on the Facebook page, or on our website in the media archives. You can go back and listen over and over, get what you need. I will be going back to get these gems of wisdom that you have shared and bestowed today, because they are rich. And I love that you shared about our mutual buddy Diane Scribner.
Yes.
Um, she has a way. She has that gift of reframing something, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
That is unforgettable. What's right with you?
Yes.
It's powerful.
It is.
Years ago, she was with us, and I think at this point, any student of Unity knows the old acronym for fear: false evidence appearing real. But
Mm-hmm.
one day, Diane said, "I think fear is forgetting everything's all right."
Mm-hmm. Oh
I
yeah.
never, I never forgot it.
No.
It's that different frame, that different spin, and I'm just so infinitely grateful for you and for your saying yes. And we know this was a divine appointment today, long before we ever knew about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, uh, I really I cannot wait to hear again.
Mhm. Thank you,
And
brother.
I get to talk to you again next week and in private.
Absolutely.
Right now, this is the time of our sacred exchange, our love offering, and I would love it if you would if you would do the love offering for us today before I take it on with the affirmation. But it's such a sacred ritual. We don't have a lot of ritual in Unity, but
Right.
this is an important one. It's very sacred, very powerful.
Yeah, it
It's
is. It is. And it is.
it's come on, buddy, pull. It's we
Yeah.
are not
It,
alone. We're
right.
not
You're not
alone.
alone. And you know, when you talk about as we're taking this into the offering, you know, when you're talking about the acronym of fear, mine was actually fear. The acronym was a former experience actually repeating. And so former experience actually repeating. So a lot of people who were exposed to religiosity, I know with my dad, every week before he went to service, he already had his $20 check already written out. It's like they're going to ask for money. Well, those people, they're going to
Yes.
ask for money. And what I want to say is unity is going to teach you how to have money. And that's part of the ritual of the offering of the experience. It's an opportunity to exceed and to really, be vibrant in the how fortunate am I. I knew very well, certainly not the only one, but a multimillionaire here, and he actually gave significantly to the unity movement when he died, and to us as well. But he always said to me when he'd walk in with his $10,000 check or this check or that check, he would say, it's not my money. It doesn't belong to me. It's the universe. It's God. I've been blessed, and it's my pleasure to give. And so I invite you now to come to that place. That divine love blesses you and gives you an opportunity not to think about somebody wanting your money, but somebody teaching you how to have an abundant life. You can't put a value on that. Coffee comes and goes, the dinner comes and goes, the date comes and goes. But what you're learning here is everlasting. Unity is the reason I'm alive, literally. Give to that. Give to the temples in the world and the Brits in the world and the yous in the world that thought you were wrong or hopeless or bad or going to hell. Think of giving to that, of an idea, of a consciousness, of all the children that are listening right now and the teenagers. Second leading cause of death is suicide. Give to that so your message can resurrect and have the whole planet align to holy and being whole, and that we rise to who we are. Yeah. Give to that.
Yes, yes, yes. It is all about the circulation. We must have the circulation within the body, and we are living from the inside out. Life is lived from the inside out. We are giving to each other and to ourselves when we do this. It's such a powerful, beautiful thing. And again, I thank you from the bottom of my soul. And I look forward to seeing you again, my dear.
Yes.
And now I'm going to ask Leo if he will remind us how easy it is to continue to give to ourselves, to circulation, beyond anything that we could ever consciously know. Leo?
Thank you, Britt. There are 4 ways to give. You can text that word, GIVE, give to 718-313-3674. You can mail a check to 225 West 99th Street, New York, New York. 10025 is the zip code. That's our office. Go on the website, unityofnewyork.org, or if you're watching right now, you can just go to that donate tab at the top of the page. And then never forget, PayPal, paypal.me/unityofny. It's that easy to give back to your spirit.
And as we give, we always know the divine love is flowing through me. It blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and certainly all that I receive. And for this, we are so grateful. And we have been in this deepened awareness of prayer today. We started with the daily word, praying for others. And right now, as we prepare to take our experience, our unique experience for each of us individually and for all of us collectively, we know that we are divinely protected and guided on our way. In the words of James Dillard Freeman, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. The mind of God guides us. The life of God flows through us. The laws of God direct us, and the power of God abides within us. The joy of God uplifts us. The strength of God renews us. The beauty of God inspires us. Wherever we are, God is. And for this, we are so grateful. Thank you again for being here today. You are a blessing. And I hope this week you will decide to accept the Temple Challenge, to be a host for what is possible deep in your soul. Come on, buddy, pull. You are not alone. God bless you.
Oh, yes, I walk in the love of God. Yes, I walk in the love of God.
We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the very Christ that you are.